Order. Please stand for the flag salute. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
The New Jersey Open Public Meetings Law was enacted to ensure the right of the public to have advance notice of and to attend the meeting of public bodies at which any business affecting their interest is discussed or acted upon. In accordance with the provisions of this act, the Cedar Grove Board of Education has caused notice of this meeting to be advertised by having the date, time, and place thereof posted on bulletin boards in the district, published and or transmitted to the Verona, Cedar Grove Times, and Star Ledger newspapers, filed with the township clerk, and posted on the district's website. Can I have a roll call, please?
Mr. Grandi.
Here.
Mr. Marzullo.
Here.
Mr. Pollack.
Here.
Mrs. Keegan.
Here.
Mrs. Dora.
Here. Good evening. I hope everyone had a restful and enjoyable spring break, despite the rainy weather. I would like to take this time to thank our entire home and school community for their continued support and for working with the district during this process of leadership change. As we enter this exciting new chapter, we're faced with the opportunity to welcome a leader who will guide us into a future filled with endless possibilities and boundless potential. The selection of a superintendent is not simply a decision of administrative significance, but a declaration of our commitment to excellence and our dedication to the success of every student under our care. As we embark on this new chapter together, it is essential to reflect on the importance of leadership in shaping the direction and success of our educational community. A superintendent possesses a unique blend of expertise, passion, and dedication to inspire and empower others to reach their full potential. It is a role that requires a strong vision, strategic planning, and unwavering commitment to excellence. Our new superintendent comes to us with a wealth of experience, a clear sense of purpose, and a deep-rooted belief in the transformative power of education. We are confident that he will lead our school district with compassion and courage to ensure that every student has the opportunity to thrive and succeed. Together as a united school community, we will embark on a journey of collaboration, growth, and empowerment. His guidance and leadership will challenge us to think creatively, act with integrity, and strive for continuous improvement in all that we do. Okay, we have one item on the agenda tonight, and under personnel, I would like a motion for number 1.
So moved.
Second.
I'm gonna read it. Before. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh,
Thanks.
you want everything.
I do. Just so that everyone knows, Paul is not going to vote tonight on the resolution, and that's not because he doesn't want to or doesn't agree with it. It's because his son is now coaching baseball, and that would be a conflict for him to vote. So I didn't want his not voting to lead anyone to believe that he's not fully on board with this selection.
Thank you, Mr. Edelstein. Be it resolved that the Cedar Grove Board of Education appoints Dr. Peter Turnamian, also known as Dr. T, as the Superintendent of Schools effective July 1, 2024, and ending on June 30th, 2028. Be it further resolved that the employment agreement has been submitted to and approved by the interim executive county superintendent according to standards adopted by the Commissioner of Education pursuant to NJSA 18A 7-8J and NJAC 6A 23A-3.1. Be it yet further resolved that the board hereby authorizes the board president and the business administrator / board secretary to execute on behalf of the board the employment agreement by and between the board and Dr. Peter Ternamian. Can I have a roll call, please?
Mr. Grandi,
Yes.
Mr. Marzullo,
Yes.
Mr. Pollak,
Abstain.
Mrs. Keegan,
Yes.
Mrs. Dora.
Yes. Yes, at this time, Mr. Pollak is going to describe the process.
And first, in regards to my abstention, I just wanted everyone to be aware that Dr. T has my unwavering support. Going through this process, having sat in that position for many years, he is going to truly provide us with the leadership I believe we really need at this point in time to take us to the next level. In that process, you'll see how comprehensive it was and how this board should also be thanked for the time they spent, because it was in multiple evenings over the last 6 weeks. But as you know, school boards was our search consultants, meaning like if you use AppyTrack or anything like that, that is how the resumes for this position come in. However, they allow us as a group to establish the criteria. And I think one of the most important things that the committee, the community as well as our committee worked on and should know about is that we felt it was imperative that we find a seated superintendent, that we wanted someone that had experience, that was in this position, understood the position, in moving forward. And that led through our process of interviewing. We had approximately 36 candidates. Some met our criteria, some did not. We brought 8 in to be interviewed. Prior to the interviews, 2 of those 8 had already selected and been offered positions that they accepted. We then continued with our interview process. And through that interview process, Dr. T went through 3 sets of interviews, plus a presentation to the board on his 90-day plan entering the district. So it was a comprehensive process that we went through with him. Within the scope of the application also included 3 essays. These essays were based upon issues that we are facing as a school district and how each candidate would address those issues. Obviously, over-enrollment right now, facility issues, some fiscal issues. So these were kind of questions that were posed, and the candidates had to write their answers, which then became a lot more comprehensive. Also, with all of these, I often got the question from colleagues and friends, you know, can you have parents on the committee? Can you have teachers on the committee, administrators? And the answer to that is, in 2024 and a little earlier, no, you cannot. And the reason is because of confidentiality. If a candidate is looking to leave an existing district where they have a contract that they have at that point in time but would like to come, that is one of the reasons that process is not followed any longer. And therefore, it is basically a confidentiality issue. And then finally, you know, everyone is vetted through their references. And in the business, and if you've been in the business, you know who these references are. And I was very fortunate to be able to deal with the references that were presented. They were all outstanding. Board members, administrators, and a previous commissioner of education that I know that Dr. T worked for. So having those people vet the individual, we feel very confident. And I would like to thank him for the time that he spent with us, being grilled on some evenings, and giving us a true match to the paperwork he presented. Because a lot of people in the business present paperwork, but then do not match in real work styles what they say they can do on paper. Dr. T, in answering his questions, did that. So I thank the board and everybody. This was an outstanding process, and we're very happy to have you, Dr. T.
Thank you, Mr. Pollak. Would anybody else like to say anything before we move on?
I just, I want to, I might as well, right? Take the opportunity, I'm very excited for Dr. T to come on board. We're a cooperative board here. We work together well. And, he had me at hello. And Dawn would always laugh and say, we go through the process in the interview, but I am very confident in Dr. T's leadership ability, the way he answered the questions, just his presence about him is a great fit for Cedar Grove. I'm really looking forward for him coming on board, and I think we could all say that. He just did an outstanding job with the interviews and knocked it, hit a home run. And I think Cedar Grove hit a home run, so.
Thank you, Mr. Marzullo. All right. After conducting an exhaustive and rigorous search and selection process, the board is excited to approve Dr. Ternamian as the next superintendent of schools for Cedar Grove Public Schools effective July 1st, 2024. Throughout the selection process, Dr. T demonstrated a deep commitment towards leading our schools forward to greater levels of achievement, while also being committed to investing and building strong, healthy relationships with all of the many stakeholders in our community. Dr. T comes to the role of superintendent of schools with 30 years of educational experience. After graduating from the University of Rochester, Dr. T joined Teach for America and began his career as a middle school language arts teacher. Over the course of his career, Dr. T earned a master's degree in teaching and learning from the Harvard Graduate School of Education and his doctorate in educational administration from Seton Hall University. During his tenure as principal, he was awarded a blue ribbon by the federal government and named a reward school by the New Jersey Department of Education. Dr. T served as the assistant and deputy superintendent for Newark Public Schools and worked as an adjunct professor at Seton Hall University. He was twice a guest speaker at Harvard University Principals Seminar, and he has been the recipient of the Cultivating Quality Education Award. Most recently, Dr. T served as the superintendent of schools for Rockaway Township and Washington Township school districts, where he expanded the STEM initiatives across all grade levels, launched improved communication systems, and formalized enhanced data management systems to better inform the intervention services. When asked about the opportunity to become the next superintendent of schools for Cedar Grove Public Schools, he stated, "I know Cedar Grove to be a tight-knit community filled with great pride and deeply dedicated to our schools. The opportunity to serve as the next superintendent for Cedar Grove Public Schools is the greatest honor of my career. I am equally humbled and inspired to join a school community steeped with rich traditions of student success, where students' well-being and positive development will be the central focus of all that we do." Over the course of the coming weeks, the Board of Education will work with the current administration to ensure a smooth transition for Dr. T. Dates and times for public presentations by Dr. T will be announced shortly. Dr. T will be meeting with our administrative teams. He'll have opportunities to address building level faculty and staff, and will be visiting all our schools. Please join the board in welcoming Dr. Peter Ternamian, Cedar Grove's next superintendent of schools. Yes.
Thank you so much for that very warm welcome. I cannot overstate the amount of joy and enthusiasm I feel for the opportunity to begin to come and work and lead the Cedar Grove Public Schools. It's a great honor. I very much look forward to the forums that we're going to be organizing in the coming weeks, and I most look forward to getting to know all of you so that we can work together to make sure we're creating supportive environments for all of our students in all of our schools. So it's just a great thrill, great honor for me and my family. Thank you for your faith and your support for the full board, and to the community. I look forward to, in the coming weeks, getting to work more closely with all of you. So thank you again.
At this time, I open the public for comment on items on the agenda. See nobody. We close that portion of the meeting. Announcement of future meetings. Our next meeting is... Sorry.
Do I address everyone?
You
This is my
say your
first
name
time. Okay. Jessica Mills Jerry,
and your address.
112 Franklin Street, Cedar Grove.
Congratulations. I just wanted to take a minute to bring up, and I know you haven't even started yet, it's early on, but I have a really deep interest in security and safety for our children in the schools, and to that end, I have some collaborations that I've been doing with a certain company. I don't want to bring that up now. It's just sort of to like tee up the conversation about safety and security and improving that, because it's so scary, and I'm just tired of, as I'm sure everyone is, living in fear about, active shooters specifically. So I just wanted to mention that at the meeting, and I would look forward to conversations with everyone, and yourself included. So just wanted to mention it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Congratulations again.
Thank you. Okay, I close that portion of the meeting. Announcement of future meetings. Our next meeting is April 30th. It will be held at North End Media Center. Closed session will begin at 6:30, and public session will begin at 7:30. And then the following meeting is May 21st, and that is at South End, same time, 6:30 and 7:30. Have a motion to adjourn? All in favor?
Aye.
Meeting adjourned. Thank you, everyone.